Welcome to Daddies the podcast, featuring Eric and Greg. Join them each week as they hang with a new guest to talk about who they are, their why, and the stories that come up along the way. Thank you for being a part of the Daddies community.
Thanks for joining us, man, on this lovely
Thanks for having me.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Because today's Tuesday. Are you guys in tune with the blood moon that's supposed to happen, or that was supposed to happen?
I hear about it from all kinds of other people.
Do you?
So I got my signals crossed. I thought that it was going to be like tonight. I had it on my calendar like a while ago, and it is set like 7 o'clock. I know that the moon's coming out. Well, right now it's foggy as hell, so I can't actually see anything outside.
Right.
But then there was like people taking pictures of it a while ago, and I guess that's like, it was dark for some places of the world hours ago, so maybe that was them. But I don't know if we missed it, and what if it was like this morning, like Tuesday morning?
I have no idea, honestly, if it was today or not.
Okay, so let me ask: are you like, some people are super wet for moon phases and like cycles of the moon? It means nothing to me. Like,
you don't like a nice waxing gibbous?
But too, like,
Yeah.
right? Or like, it must be a full moon because people are driving like assholes. But I don't understand. And
Yeah.
maybe, right? Like, I don't fuck with moons.
Somebody the other day, I don't remember what they said to me, but they said something out of character to me, and then they followed it up with like, "Sorry, Mercury's in retrograde" or something. And I'm
What
like,
does that even mean?
yeah, like, is that an excuse for anything? Like, I didn't know that affected us. That Gatorade was in the microwave or whatever. I don't even know.
But
hey, sorry, I was being an asshole.
But that's the thing.
Moon
People
stuff.
use that as an excuse to be a dick, and
Right.
you can't do that. You can't do that.
Hear me out. What if we just start doing it?
I
Like
would
at
do it.
work, we could just
I
do
feel
it
like
at
people
work.
would call me. They're like, "Mercury's not in retrograde." I'm like,
You
"Oh, I don't
idiot!"
Tell it to the one other person that
shit.
cares.
Well, I can't do like moon phases, or I don't fuck with like crystals, like healing crystals. So sorry for anyone listening who fucks with healing crystals, or like, I know some people will like do that instead of like just going to CVS and picking up some like ibuprofen.
Right, yeah. Let me come sage your house.
Yeah, sage is another one, because sage, like, it can kind of smell like some dank weed. But
Does it?
that, yeah.
I think the only time I ever use sage is when I'm cooking a turkey.
It's
in the stuffing.
yeah, right, eating. Scooter, so tell us, man, you're in Ohio?
I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay, all right. So what is the what's the music scene like out there? I've only been to Ohio once, man.
I mean, there's multiple. There's Cleveland, there's Columbus, there's Cincinnati, and then there's Toledo. It's a lot of hardcore stuff out here. There's a lot of hardcore and a lot of metalcore. The pop punk, for me, I see it kind of go in phases. Like, there'll be like 10 pop punk bands for 2 years, and then like 1 or 2 for the next 2 years. So like, the music scene around here is unfortunately very cliquey as well. It like matters who you know, and who your ex is friends with, and like, you know what I mean? No, seriously, like, unfortunately, but like, yeah, it's good. There's a lot of good musicians here, a lot of good people, a lot of hardcore bands. Not a lot of opportunity.
I feel like, though, too, like, whenever we talk to any band, like, it's either a member from a band, it's either like the scene is super, like, everyone is just kind of cool with each other, or it's super cliquey, like you said, and you're kind of on your own little island.
We talked to Ada from Baltimore a few weeks ago, and they said same deal. They said that there's some really great people out there, but then you just get a lot of dickheads that are,
like, there's
just don't want to give you the time of day.
Exactly, and like, it has people will do that based on anything, your genre of music or who you hang out with, or whatever it might be. But I mean, yeah, there's whole scenes around here where like there's 6 or 7 bands all made up of like 10 total people that just switch positions in each band, basically.
Hmm.
And so yeah, there there is a click problem, I would say, but none of them are like awful. You know what I mean? Like there's no cliques that are like bad people, and they're not bad people for being cliques. It's just they exist. So the cliques
I
exist.
just feel like that makes it harder though. Like, I don't know. I
Sounds like
feel
high school.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, it just reminds me of high school. But
Yeah.
what you just said makes it seem like it's not high school bad, where like this group doesn't fuck with this group,
Yeah.
and then this group. Like, at least everyone's kind of doing their own thing. But I don't know, man. I feel like the music industry as a whole is so fucking cutthroat anyway. So to kind of have to go out and just do it. I couldn't fucking do it, man.
I think you got to ignore it. That's the advice that I've heard is
Yeah.
just like, do your thing, be the best you can, ignore the haters.
And like I've heard so many people say what's most important is who you know, and like I do think that's true, but also at the same time, 25 people from your hometown hating you isn't going to hold you back. And a lot of people think it is because that's the immediate, ear traffic or whatever that they can hear. Like that's what they hear about people around them and about themselves. But like n- none of those people are going to make you right. None of those people are going to make you big. So it doesn't really matter what like how the people around you feel about you, as long as you can like escape that click, like get above that click.
Yeah, I feel like I guess that really goes for anything too. Like when you start really caring about trying to please everyone, it's over. Like it's over with because it just can't be. No matter what, you can be the best thing ever, and people are still gonna fucking hate you, or
yeah.
find some shit to talk. No matter
For all
what.
kinds of reasons. I mean, I was in a band called Big Smile, and we went on like we played our first show in 2018 and did our first show in 2018, and did our first tour in 2018, I should say. And there was people talking shit about us about that because there was bands that had been bands for 10 years in the city that hadn't gone on tour or anything, and everybody was like, you've only been a band for 8 months, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, we have the market and the like we can.
Right.
So
Haters.
yeah, but like there were people that like immediately like blacklisted us because we went on tour before
Oh my
they did.
God.
But like, I don't know. That's just fucking petty, man. That's so.
Yeah, that happens a lot,
I,
unfortunately.
Scooter, I listened to some of Big Smile, just
Okay.
just checking you guys out, and as I was on the Apple Music for Big Smile, I just played like the top hits, like
Yeah.
like tracks 1, track 2, it's from all different albums. Then it went to like some like reggae rapper named Big Smile.
Yeah, we've had a problem with that on multiple platforms.
I was like, oh, okay, they changed it up a little bit this time, and I looked at the album art, and I was like, nah, that's not them.
Dude, no.
Yeah. So is that an issue? Like, if here's your band name, and then this individual's also like, is there?
I don't really know how that gets crossed like that, because I know that even if you like upload to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever with the same name, they pop up a page like, is this you? Like you can, like, and you can say no and start like a new Big Smile. So maybe they were just like, cool, 5,000 monthly listeners already. I'll upload to that page. But like
Right.
we emailed Spotify a good amount over that, and they always within like an hour would switch up the sons.
Oh,
But
that's crazy.
Apple, I never really looked at our Apple, to be honest, that much. So
So let me
Yeah.
ask: Can
it's still
you?
on there.
I mean, because a lot of like songs have the same, like there are multiple songs with the same track name, right? But like, can musicians, like, I know there's an attack, and then there's an attack with an exclamation point in a different area. I think they're from the UK,
Wait,
Right.
really?
and
That's such an odd name
well,
to
can you
duplicate.
trademark a bit? Like, could you be Guns N' Roses? No, right? I mean, you couldn't. They would probably sue the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But if your shit isn't trademarked, obviously people can't steal your music, but can you have the same name as someone else if it's not a trademarked property?
I
Bet you
think
can.
you do have to trademark it, so I think that is possible, yes.
Mm.
But I also know bands that, like, have been career bands for years that have the same name as each other, and, like, one's known as, like, this US version, and one's known as UK version, like Skins or The Office on TV.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have overlap generally.
Yeah. Right.
I saw this Instagram reel of this band. They must have been young, and they recorded themselves in a very. It felt cringy, but purposefully cringy. Like they were all standing in their race, and it was like they were reading from like a script behind the camera.
Right.
Hi, we are, and they listed their band's name, and we would like to ask for your help. We share it was this exact situation where we share a name of a band with like some other band.
Oh, I think I
We
saw
want
that. Was it an
Yeah.
Instagram reel?
Yeah, we said, "We
Yeah.
want you guys to help us decide our new band name," but
There
it
you
was
go.
very like, like they were young but it looked funny. And
Right.
I went to the comments. I would think I went to the comments kind of early, so I didn't see any real gold. And I think they said, "Keep us on track with like this genre. Don't call us the Dirty Mop Buckets or something."
Right.
So what did the name end up being?
I don't know.
I think I
I'd have
followed
to
it.
I'd have to go back through
Yeah.
52 pages of history on my reels to go back and find that reel. I'll find them. I'll find them and follow up later.
But you know what's fucking annoying, and I feel like we've talked about this so many times, how like being a band or being in a band now, you don't get to just be in a band. You have to do the social media thing too.
For the last 5 or 6 years, yeah, that's been the case, and, like, Big Smile was fortunate enough to get popular and signed and tour deals and stuff like that for other reasons, like, before. I think we got signed in 2020, I think. So that was, like, right then. So, like, I've never been in a popular band based around content, which is, like, worrisome because
That's
Moneyball is, like,
huge. Yeah.
it's that era now, so
I feel like really post COVID. I mean, when everyone was kind of at home, shows were gone, and
Mhm.
so yeah, it was social media. Everyone was just social media, and
Yep.
I mean, Christ, bands were like putting out videos of them playing each in their fucking respective office,
Yeah,
and
right.
then they would just put it all together, and that's when I feel like everyone was like, you have to do, and now it's just like, here's a shot of a music video with people having to like dance around and then say, if you're or was it for fans of this, and this, check us out. And I see that all the time when I'm scrolling through. And I just feel like, man, that's so, I don't know. Times are so different now.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
real
I
old
mean,
saying that.
yeah,
Fucking,
as someone who came up in the scene in, like, the Midwest emo heyday, like, that popular stuff, like, there was absolutely nothing glamorous about any of that shit, like, it didn't even sound good, for real. Like, I mean, I love it. I'm not talking shit at all. I love Midwest emo, but, like, it's not good usually, but, like and, like,
I
now everything's so overproduced and needs, like, an aesthetic and colors and your hair in place and everything like that, whereas before it was just, like I said, the music didn't even sound good, there was, like, something about it that connected you to it, like, in, like, a raw or, like, an emotional or even if it was just a tasteful way, and now I feel like it's all just a visual stimulant.
well, right. And I feel like it's so, I don't want to say it's easy now, or it's easier now, but it's a lot easier to just record something, upload it to some sort of AI something and say, hey, I want it to sound like this.
Yeah.
And it will spit you out something that sounds pretty fucking good, and then you just upload that onto TikTok. And then it's it.
10,000
That
followers. Yep.
takes off, and then you have 10 million views on that overnight,
Yeah, and I will
Uh,
say that, like, we're making it sound a lot easier than it is, like,
Sure.
shit obviously just doesn't blow up on TikTok for no reason. But yes, that's true, like, in, 2015, you would have had to, like, write and record and distribute and market and all this stuff to get, the right person to hear your song, and now you just upload a TikTok and, you could
That could be it.
exactly, like anybody could hear it. So
Well, do you think though that I mean, there has to be some silver lining there too, though, right? Like the fact that it allows, I guess, as we get older, it allows the younger generation to, I don't know, like it's hard for me because I grew up going to sweaty basement shows
Yeah.
and sweaty little fucking venues that smelled like death and you couldn't hear shit. But that's how you discovered the shit. Man, I saw
Yeah.
a video, I think it was Hot Mulligan in like 2017, 2018, playing in a basement for like 20 people. And I was like, that's what I miss. I don't get that anymore.
Oh, you should watch the Gold Fillings music video by Moneyball. We put on an attic show,
Yeah.
and there were so many people up there that like people were showing up that were like construction worker type people, and they're like, you need to get people out of this room. Like you need to put people on the other side of this house because it's like not a basement, like it's
Right.
there people can go through the floor. And then I remember people smoking on the front patio, and people were like, somebody was yelling like, we need 15 people to like go to the back patio because like we were really testing the structural integrity of that house. But yeah, our music video for Gold Fillings is like a sweaty ass.
It's that.
Yeah.
Really honing in on the sweat, which is what
sweat.
Greg's fondest memories are.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
He is so slippery.
Well, I think there's just something to, I don't know. I hate living in the past, but there was just something about going to a sweaty show and just being around a whole bunch of people smoking your Black and Milds, your clove cigarettes, and
the Jarums. They had the cloves, the Jarums.
Yup. Yup. And it was cool, man. And that was the shit. Christ, Eric met his wife at a fucking house. Was there a band playing or was it just a house party?
I did meet her at a house party in Newark, in Delaware here, and
that's cool.
there was a band playing. They
See?
were playing some Nirvana songs. I think it was on Kurt Cobain's death day or birthday, whichever one's in February.
But that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. Music brings us together.
Yeah,
music does bring us together.
Yeah, it really does.
But I don't know. I feel like.
Also, Greg, I feel like you wouldn't like that stuff anymore.
No. I feel like now it's a little
Greg,
bit
you don't want to be in a room with 8 people.
Well, and I also don't want to, like, concerts as I've gotten older, man, are like, I'm really good for buying a ticket. I'll buy concert tickets all day long. The day of, fucking selling it, like, 8:30 on a Friday. It's hard. It's really, I have to really be into it.
I think there was a band that did a tour recently. I think it might have been, was it the Wonder Years? That like they had an end time. They were advertising an end time to their shows.
I love
nice.
that.
So like you could be home and in bed like
because
in a decent hour.
He's got 2 kids and he's married now, and they made I'm not positive it was the Wonder Years, but I think it was, and they made a post like, "Hey, we're 40, you're 40." Like, I mean, I'm not 40, but like that was what the post said.
But I think that's important too, because like as we do get older and we have kids and have get married, you got babysitters in the mix now. So like I need to know when you can get home and when I can get home to my kid, and so like, and I'm very appreciative going to a concert now and not doing all right, we're going to walk off stage and then come back 10 minutes later to do the encore. And they'll say, all right, these are the legitimate last 3 songs that we're playing.
Yeah.
This is the encore. Let's skip the song and dance. And I love that shit. That makes me happy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember when I saw an artist over the summer that did that. They were like, "Oh, we didn't start on time because of the rain, so we're not going to fuck around. We're just going to play 3 more songs."
Well, and the headliner is most likely doing an encore, right?
Right.
And especially if like, hey, they didn't play the hit song all night. What's up?
Yeah, it's conspicuously missing.
Yeah, and it's always the encore song. I know like the 1975, they're good for just playing it all. And a lot of bands are doing that now where they're just, I think Green Day did the encore and they left for like 20 fucking minutes and then came back to do it. And two, there can't be too much time between you walking off stage and then one more song and then you coming back on stage. You can't have people out there for like 15 minutes.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a direct correlation to how popular your band is,
Yeah.
because it's how long people will wait if they
The
know
bigger
you're
you
coming back
are.
out.
If you keep the
Foo-
lights off in the venue, people shouldn't leave. That's
Yeah,
the goal.
right. As soon as the
Right.
lights on, it's over.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
out of it. dude.
It's
Yeah.
over. I am though good for trying to get out of a show before the encore if it's like, because then you're beating traffic.
That's why they play their best song last. That's why
I
they play
know.
their best song last.
I know. We went and saw Dashboard like 10 years ago, and we were walking to our car, and I was hearing like Hands Down, and I'm like, damn man, it would have been so cool to be in there, but also now I don't have to sit in traffic. So
Yeah,
it's
well, that's-
you know.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about these 10, 15, 20-year anniversary tours is like I know that that's the last song.
Right.
I've been listening to this album before. Like I know, you know what I mean? So like if they go and they come back, you're like, oh, this is gonna be like a whole new set.
This is it.
Yellow
Yeah, well,
Card's like that.
yeah. Well, and I can appreciate when a band plays an album in its entirety from start to finish. Like I'm here for that all day,
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
oh yeah.
all day.
The most recent best one that I saw was the Postal Service and Death Cab. They were
Oh,
played
wow.
together, and they both played full albums, and that was I saw that at Riot Fest in Chicago, and that was religious. It was all
That's cool. That's amazing. Because you listen to those albums just like that,
yeah,
from front
right.
to back. So
Exactly.
it's all the feels.
yeah.
Well,
it was
so-
awesome.
How does that work for the Postal Service? Does he just not leave the stage? Does he just, like,
So they were all. It was a lot of the same people on stage.
Yeah.
They were all wearing all white for the Postal Service, and then they went backstage for 30 minutes and showered and changed into all black for Death Cab. But yeah, I mean, they took a break in between, just like any other band would, because the Mars Volta played on the stage next to them in between.
oh, that's cool.
Mm.
So they had like a whole set to wait to come on again as Death Cab.
Okay.
Death Cab is one of those bands that I've been wanting to see live for a really long time. And the Postal Service, I'll probably never get to see the Postal Service
Yeah,
now,
that's
but
what I was thinking too. Yeah.
that's a shame because that album is so good. But Death Cab, are they good? Like I would assume that they're just fantastic live.
Oh, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they played Transatlanticism in full when I saw them, which was
Wow.
awesome. It was incredible.
I've got some
And it was
regret
at
right
Riot
there.
Fest, so it was like 3 times the size of like you'd see them at a regular show.
I
Hmm.
love that.
Yeah, it was real.
That sounds like we went to A Perfect Circle. It was Maynard James Keenan's 60th birthday. So he played with A Perfect Circle and his other band Pucifer. They brought along Primus, and they called it the Sasanta Tour.
Wow.
And it was all 3 bands, him being in 2 of them. All 3 bands would just play like the advertisement was like, we'll play a song, and then we'll play a song, and then they'll play a song, and then we'll play a song, and then like it. So it was very fluid. Like it was not like one band's turn, and then they would do some collaborations where they would kind of all be on stage at the same time.
That's
I
awesome.
love that stuff because
I
you can't
saw-
see that anywhere else, or you hear
No,
it on album
especially
anywhere.
with like musicians of that magnitude on stage at the same time. Like you usually have to wait for the supergroup to start.
Right.
Like Better Lovers, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, so what? It's Maynard in A Perfect Circle and Tool and Pucifer. Right.
Mhm.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
doing all 3. Tool was one band where I don't know if I'm not smart enough to appreciate them or what, but I just can't get, dude, the songs are so long.
Yeah.
Well,
It's,
we did. I told you about that, Greg, where we went to go see them live. I think we saw them in Hershey, and it wasn't like a leave for an encore thing. They just like started playing a song, and then like it was so dark, I didn't really notice this. They all like walked off stage, and it was just like soundscapes. For at
That sounds
least
about right.
10 or 15 minutes. I mean, and they're getting old. Maybe that was their form of a break, but we had no idea they weren't just like, like, but they were gone.
Yeah, they
Like, we
did that
looked back
once
over
and
the
then
stage
hit
and
the
we were
fucking looper and just dipped.
like, so
They probably need piss breaks.
probably, yeah.
Well, I mean, but too, I mean, a lot of it's always. I love seeing bands because when you go to a concert, like watching someone on stage for an hour and a half or whatever and like not taking a piss break and just going hard as fuck it's I don't know, inspiring is the word, but it's just cool to fucking see, especially when they're like old, you know. It's really, when you're young, you know, that's fine.
Greg, if you want to see something really inspiring, I can hold my piss for a couple hours too.
Yeah, that's impressive. I got like a good hour before
Just kidding.
it's fucking over with.
You should see me on road trips. Nope, no, sorry, we're not stopping for the bathroom at all,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
You got to
Yeah,
keep
fuck
the
yeah.
empty jug in the car.
Yup.
That's right. What was it from? What was that?
Dumb and
Rat
Dumber?
Race? No. All right, give her a bottle. Dad, I can't use a bottle. All right, a bottle and a funnel. Was that Rat Race?
I don't remember that.
Well, now we all look movie illiterate.
I don't really
I
watch
very much am.
movies. I remember
No?
one time though, we had like somebody in the van had a Gatorade bottle, and they were like, "Oh, it's not all gonna fit," you know, and they had to like hold it in the middle of it, roll down the window, dump it all out, and then start again. And then
Now that's Dumb and Dumber. I think that did
Yeah.
Well, no,
happen in Dumb and Dumber.
and then doesn't he? Yeah, because he keeps giving him bottles of beer, and then the cop comes and he drinks it, and he's like,
I think it was Will Ferrell was the cop too.
no, it
I don't
was
recall that.
no, it's not Will Ferrell. It's the dude from the guy that's always like
the goofy guy
real
from
doofy from he's the one that kills the horse in Half Baked.
Yes,
That gets sent to
yes.
fucking prison.
not a movie guy.
Yes. No. What's your poison? What do you do for fun when you're not playing music?
I collect records. I have 400 vinyl sitting in front of me right now.
God
Holy
damn.
cow!
And I love to get tattoos. But like honestly, the music is like a huge problem for me because it's like all I want to do ever. So like I'll just if music's not happening, I'll just sit around and listen to music and be useless.
So
Not
okay,
even like learning about movies.
let me ask you. All right, so I don't do vinyls. Like if I'm gonna buy a vinyl, I don't open it. I'll frame it,
Right.
or
yeah.
I'll tell a band that we have on that I'll buy their vinyl, and then I get a whole bunch of vinyls.
Greg goes, "Oh yeah," just instinctually. "Oh yeah, I definitely am gonna buy the vinyl."
And then I do.
but then he does.
And then I do, and then I frame it, and then I don't know what to do with it. But does school us on vinyls? Do they actually sound better than like a CD?
I'd say than a CD for sure.
Yeah.
Specifically a CD. But it also has a lot to do with what you're working with, like what speakers you're using, how high quality your turntable is, your stereo. Like a lot of people just get like the little like record players with built-in speakers and stuff like that, and I don't think it sounds better. It sounds like it's being played inside of like a tin can. But like if you can get like a high quality turntable with like some nice speakers and a nice stereo, and you can keep your records clean, then I think it does sound really good.
So if you go to like Urban Outfitters and you buy the little like vinyl player they have for $59.99, it's probably gonna sound like shit.
Right. A lot of those I know so many people with like the Crosley suitcase, briefcase record players. That shit'll just hurt your records for real. Like it doesn't sound good and it damages your records. It scratches the shit out of them. But like my uncle used to do like Storage Wars type stuff. Like he would buy whole storage units and then just whatever was inside was his. So he had like hundreds of record players. So that's always where I got my stuff from. I don't think I've bought speakers or turntables ever in my entire life.
Because that's what people put into long-term storage.
Yeah.
But okay, so like,
I've been blessed with having access to high quality stuff, regardless of whether it's 20 years old or not. So,
see, that's the way you got to do it, man. And that shit you're not going to be able to get now. They don't make it like they used to, you know.
No, every record player they try to have built-in speakers or the Bluetooth ones, which like I'm not against. I get one to play a record and then putting Bluetooth headphones on, listening to the record if you're in an apartment or something. But like, I mean, right now I have 4 sets of speakers hooked up to my record player. Like it gets loud as hell.
I like that though. I mean, loud music is my shit because fuck hearing. But okay, so we used to have was Pierre Robert was a disc jockey in Philly, and he died back in October. But
Yeah, just a few
vinyl,
months
like
ago.
that was his fucking jam, his jelly,
Pierre's
his peanuts, and his peanut
vinyl-
butter. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
his
that was his
vinyl
shit.
hour. He would always go. I've never fucked with vinyl, so I don't know how any of that stuff works. It doesn't make sense that you would put a needle on a piece of plastic and it makes sound.
The crazier part about it is you can actually play that on just the turntable with no stereo and no speakers, and you can still hear it playing. Like I don't know what the word is, acoustically, like analog. I don't know, but like if you put your ear up to the spinning wax, you can hear it playing the song with no speakers, no amplification or anything.
Really?
So
It's
it's like
insane.
actually acoustically making that sound. It's not like a CD where it's like reading a file.
Right. Wow.
Apparently, I don't have any idea how vinyls work then, because
Me
I have no
neither.
fucking.
It's black. It's magic. It's black
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah, but it's been around for long. Like you know, vinyl was like the first way to like own like hard copy music. Like
Yeah.
It's crazy that
They
some
think-
motherfucker was just sitting there and discovered that one day.
yeah, they figured that out first. Like
Right. That seems
Sounds
way
way
more
harder.
involved. Yeah, right.
Sounds way harder. Yeah, exactly.
Reverse engineer vinyl one day, end of the world, right? And
Yeah.
you're left to build society back up. I think I'd rather try and build a computer before I try
Yeah,
to build a vinyl player.
There's
Oh,
no
for
way
sure.
that there's no way that whoever came up with that set out. Like, I'm gonna come up with a way to play music on the like
On
it had to have been
this.
an accident.
All right, real quick, got to talk about it. Daddies the Podcast merch is out now. And where can you find it?
You could find it at daddiespodcast.com.
And if you use exclusive code Daddies10, you will get 10% off your entire purchase.
Like,
Right.
like
It's like penicillin.
I was gonna say, like every drug.
Yes,
Like,
right.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
it just
every
kinda
single
happened.
drug.
Wait, you're telling me that's what happens when I eat that mushroom? Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but somebody ate that mushroom first ever without knowing what was gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. So, like, I just assumed that, like, back in the day, there was just someone with, like, a clipboard and a piece of paper, and, like, they would just watch people eat shit and be like, all right, dead. If you eat this one, you get high as fuck.
Like Pineapple Express, Bill Hader at
Yeah.
the beginning,
The
taking
fucking
all the
weed.
That
drugs
one I
in the
have
military thing.
That one I have seen.
Okay. I swear we're not big. Well, Greg's a big movie guy, but that's not all we talk about. It seems
Oh,
like
no.
that.
This is a movie podcast.
Right.
But you mentioned Moneyball, so that's your current band, correct?
Yes.
Yep. So what can you tell us? Like what kind of music?
That's up for debate. Honestly, I feel like we still argue about it in the band too. So like, I don't want you to get an email if I say something and somebody's like, I don't think we're that.
Liar.
So we're trying. We can all agree on one thing, and that's what we're trying to coin the genre Midwest core. But since you can't really market Midwest core because it doesn't fall into anything obvious that people already know, I would put it under post-hardcore or even just punk.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. But like, so are you guys playing a lot of shows? Like, are you super active?
I think we've played 8 or 9 shows so far. I like to keep
Okay.
track. I think we're at 9. So we're about to play our 10th show here in Cincinnati on March 25th, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll be our 10th show as a band, which I guess is kind of a milestone. I don't know.
It
Yeah,
is.
I mean-
it is if you think it is.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it could be anything I want it to be, I guess.
That's right.
Anything can be a milestone. No, but I mean, 10 shows that's 10 more than,
Yeah, I mean,
On other
we've got
bands.
dates. I mean, we've got, I think, 8 dates booked in April, and then another 4 or 5 in May, and then we've got a longer tour coming up in June, I believe, that we haven't announced yet.
Okay. Are you kind of expanding out for that? Are you staying in the Ohio area or?
No, we're actually we've played 9 shows, and I think 3 of them have been in Cincinnati. So, I have we've all been in bands before that have all been out of town bands, all been like regionally successful bands and stuff like that. So we just have the ability and like the following, I guess, even outside of Moneyball to have the capability to play shows in other markets, which I think is very lucky because I love playing shows. And like, if you haven't expanded past your hometown yet, you can't just keep playing your hometown over and over and over again. You know, there's like a certain like market saturation, like limitation that you want to like follow. So I love playing shows out of town. It's one of my favorite things. And we are definitely super lucky to be able to do that so early on in our band's existence. So, but that being said, I think we're playing in Cincinnati, like I said, our next show. And then after that, I mean, I think our next like 10 to 15 are all out of town.
Nice.
Well, if you
You
swing
getting
over
you getting a
to
tour bus,
Yeah.
or you how you getting there?
I've actually had one since 2019. I've had a 15 passenger van that we've toured in.
so you're ready.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I was like, I think we can. I think we know people in a lot of markets, and we've got the van, and we've got the the know-how, and like one of our guys works at a printing shop. He can just print up merch for us. Like our drummer Jason is really good at booking tours, so everybody just kind of already had like the skill set in place to be able to start doing tours right away.
Well, and I think it helps that you've done the tours before, because I feel like
Absolutely.
if
That's
you
the
were
main
just
thing.
all raw dogging it for the first time, it would be
Right.
fucking crazy.
Oh, absolutely. And like if we hadn't toured before, there is absolutely no way we could do anything like that now. Like Big Smile did like a lot of touring, and then our drummer was in a band called Unwell, and they do a lot of touring. I think they're on Pure Noise now. But yeah, if it wasn't for the comfortability of being on the road and like the know-how, we would not be able to do that.
Yeah, that's got to be scary to do for the first time. So, yeah, having that under your belt, that goes a long way.
Yeah, it also helps starting in like, we're from Cincinnati, so you start in like Indianapolis, Lexington, Louisville, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, like, 4 hours, and then 6 hours, and then 8 hours. So like it does get scarier. And I remember when Big Smile got signed and we didn't have the luxury of like, now we're gonna do a Midwest, now we're gonna go to Pittsburgh. Like they were just like, you're signed, you're going to Texas. Like, and like we had never been there before or anything like that. So like and Texas is huge. I mean, we played like 9 shows in Texas without leaving the state.
Yeah.
But I remember we played in, I don't remember, maybe Odessa or Corpus Christi or something like that. And I remember it being like a significant conversation piece before the show between the band members that this was the farthest we'd ever been from home, like as a band. And I remember after our second or third song, there were like people up, like running up toward the stage, like yelling the words and like pointing at me, and like I was pointing at them and everything like that. And I thought about it in the middle. I was like, the middle of the show, I was like, this is the farthest we've been from our front door. And like, there's people screaming the songs, and like that more 100 times over outweighs like how scary it is for sure.
Right. Being
Yeah,
far away. Yeah, you have far away fans that you have to impress now.
Yeah, and I mean, just the fact that people like you're that far from home and there's people that know the songs that you've been playing is crazy.
Well, but I mean, too, like, I appreciate what you said about just not staying in like your hometown, because I remember going to shows and it would be the same like 2 openers or the same like headliner every show, every single show. And it was like, man, like they're cool and we're cool with them and yada, 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 whatever. But like, it was just them always. So you knew it was like, oh, the early November and them, no matter what, or whomever it was, every single fucking show. So getting out and exploring is the way to go. Now, I do have to ask, are you going to be like in the Philly, Baltimore area?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think April we're going like Midwest. Like I think St. Louis is like our farthest out.
Okay.
And then May we're doing like a little Carolinas thing.
Okay.
but I don't. The one in June, I'm not completely up to date on, but I think that one's Midwest as well. But the Philly, New Jersey, like Scranton, Wilkes Barre area is like that's some of my favorite spots in the whole country. So like I want to make it up there, and I'm thinking like I love being in the Northeast in the fall.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty.
I remember Big Smile toured up there one time. We were playing in like New Hampshire and like Connecticut and like just it was mid-October and it was just gorgeous and everything was decorated for Halloween and like Salem's in the area. And yeah, so I really want to come to that area in the fall time this year.
I
Make that
love
happen. Yeah.
there's something about I don't know, like for us, Philly's the closest if we're going to shows. We're in Delaware, and man, Philly is just I don't know what it is. It's just well, really, it's the only place for us to go to see most concerts, unless we go to Jersey, and it's just I don't know. It's cool because there are so many different venues. I swear, every time I go to see a show in Philly, it's somewhere I've never been before.
Really?
You know, like it's always a different spot, and it's always just like the vibe's cool because the theaters are all old, and it's just like I don't know, it's like a little something there that we don't have here, and it's only like 45 minutes.
Right, right.
Mhm.
I was in Philly in 2024 for do you guys know Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties?
Yeah,
It's the Wonder Years side project.
yeah, yeah.
And he played his 10-year anniversary show in Philly in November of '24. That's the last time I was in Philly. I
Okay.
think I was
Okay.
there for, like, 3 days, and I 3 or 4 days, and I ate, like, 7 cheesesteaks, like, in that amount of time.
Did you
Uh,
get like the tip, like where to go? Did you watch YouTube
like
videos on
Pads
the
or
best?
Geno's.
Yeah, I got tips on that, but I also just went with convenience as well. Like, one of my friends was getting tattooed, and there was just, like, a stand across the street, so I ate there, and, I don't remember I think it was Geno's that I had. Like I said, I ate a lot. I think that's all I ate when I was there.
Well, that's one of my favorite things about going anywhere, like even to New York, like knowing, okay, there are a bazillion halal carts, but they're all probably fucking fire. So it doesn't
Awesome.
matter which one you go to, they're all going to be the shit.
That is
You might get
a very close I don't wanna say it's ever, like, affected the music or, like, anything like that, but, like, trying to eat some local famous shit in whatever city that I'm in is, like, sometimes detrimental to, like, my punctuality or, like, whatever it is.
Sorry, guys. I was waiting in the line. Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives did an episode at
Right,
this
yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah. Well,
We've
it's
got
funny.
enough of that in Cincinnati too, we've got a lot of famous restaurants.
Oh,
It,
that's awesome.
it's funny you say that though. We went to New York back in what July, and we went for Just Surrender's 20th of If These Streets Could Talk, but when we were there, we wanted a specific ramen spot like that was close by. So like we were almost close to missing the start of that show eating this fucking ramen, and the food was so
Uh-huh.
fucking worth it. It was so damn
It
good.
was.
Oh, yeah, and,
Uh,
like I have to be responsible. I'm the oldest one in the band now. I was not the youngest. I've been the youngest in bands before, but now I'm the oldest in this band. And I've been to these cities the most. And like we were going to Cleveland a couple months ago, and I was like, "Oh, there's this place in Cleveland called Rivals. They have this specific sauce and this specific menu item. We're leaving early so we can go there." And blah 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 blah. And so we did, or we thought we did. And we're getting close to the city, and I'm like, "Guys, I don't think we're gonna have time to go to Rivals." Like, I'm
ugh.
just as sad about it, but I'm just like, trying to be like the band dad, like,
Be
Keep
the
it in
responsible
just to let
one.
us be late to go get these wings or whatever it was.
McDonald's is fine too.
Yeah, normally
Fuck.
I love when, like, the venue has food. I love that shit.
Oh, sure. Well, like, I mean, venue food. So when you play a show, will the venues feed you sometimes, or do you have to buy the shit
Sometimes,
yourself?
usually I'd say if we get fed, usually it's the promoter, whoever booked the show.
Okay.
Um, and I can bet 95% of the time it's gonna be Little Caesars.
Wait, really? That's the look?
Oh, yeah. Oh, almost every time.
$5 hot and ready pizza.
Hell
Well, I
yeah.
mean, I'm not complaining about
Yeah,
it.
Little Caesars
that
does
Texas tour
kick
that I
ass.
was talking about, I think it was like 5 or 6 days in a row we ate pizza. 'Cause, like, we played at 2 or 3 places that served pizza, and then we played at some place that the guy paid us in pizza or something, and then like, and I'm not about to be like, no, we already ate pizza this week.
We're good.
Right. That's the beauty of pizza.
Because I feel
Exactly.
like it's good. Even shitty pizza is still fine because it's pizza.
And you could go to any region of the country, and the pizza is going to be completely different. Like, and you can do anything with the pizza. Like, you can have your regular pepperoni sausage, and then like the next day, it's a barbecue chicken. It's not even close to the same thing.
So, speaking of pizza, so you're going to St. Louis. So, Emo's Pizza.
Never had it.
Okay, so
There's a barbecue spot in St. Louis, though, that I've had. I forget what it's called. Anyway,
so they have this. So it's a very thin crust pizza. If you're into thin crust, it's almost like a cracker thin. It's fucking
I
fantastic.
love that.
It's fantastic. But they use this cheese called Provel, and it's like a mixture of mozzarella, like provolone, and I think cheddar. And it's kind of soft, and it's rich. But they melt it on, and then they cut the pizza. It's a circle, but they cut it into square slices. Dude, you gotta fucking try this
Emo's?
pizza. It is Emo's, IMO. With an S. It's I mean,
not
dude,
emo like the genre.
Yeah,
Oh,
not like the genre. They got the I instead of the E. But they got one if you eat meat, and it's got like bacon, ham, I think it's called like the triple pig. Dude, it's fucking fantastic.
I'm hungry right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I just always have to tell people about that if they have never had it. I had it. My wife's from that area, and so when we went out there, she's like, "You gotta try this." And dude, it's so good that we'll buy the pizza. They sell them, and they'll ship them to you on dry ice. We do that. Because Eric, next time I get one, I'm gonna have you over to try it. Yeah, because
I've known you for how long, and I've never been offered a slice of this pizza.
I'm sorry.
I'm offended.
It's too damn good.
It sounds like we're gonna be late for our St. Louis show.
Cite this right here when it happens.
Yeah, right.
Damn Daddies.
Well, they have and you know what? The zoo out there is pretty fucking cool. The St. Louis Zoo is pretty sweet. You know,
never been, but that's awesome. Yeah,
because free $99, I think, and if it's free, it's for me. So
and they probably what do they ask for a donation?
And then you probably have to pay for parking, and it's like or it's like $50 to park. You know,
it's free, and everybody goes because they read on the internet that it's free, and then it's $50 to park. Yeah,
yep, you got to park, or there's nowhere to park. Yep, you're paying, or like you're buying shit or whatever.
You gotta pay to park and then pay to shuttle over to where you're supposed to be.
I do like a good zoo. Like zoos are my shit. But that one is really good. Like they're you know, so just
Cincinnati
FYI.
has a really good zoo as well. If you're ever in there. Yeah, it was like, I think it was the top zoo in the country like a couple years ago. Like they do a yearly ranking or something, and it's always between like us and San Diego for a couple of years.
I'll tell you, I've only been to Ohio once, and I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in Cleveland, and
I don't know.
It was cool, you know. But it was like, I just remember we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we went and we saw American Wedding. So you could do the math. It was a fucking minute ago, but that's what we did on our trip out there, and I haven't been back since. So that's like all
American
my to-do
Wedding,
list.
like the movie, like American Pie.
Yes, like the
like that
threequel to
American
American Pie. Yeah.
Oh my god! I was like, what the fuck's American Wedding?
Come to Cincinnati and try a 3-way.
Okay.
It's like a spaghetti with chili sauce on it and then cheese.
Wait, I've heard of that. We used to have a Cincinnati chili factory. Is that what the restaurant was called? And it was linked to a Wings to Go, Greg. It was in Pike Creek, and it was and because all Wings to Go that around us, they couldn't exist just as a wing store, so they would always attach itself to something else. And I'm pretty sure it was a Cincinnati chili factory or something like that.
That would be awesome.
Wait, so is Cincinnati chili just chili with spaghetti?
No, Cincinnati chili is more like a chili sauce. In Michigan, they even call it hot dog sauce. But like, it's literally just like a very thin, like little tiny chunks of ground beef. And then there's multiple ways to do it. Like you can do a 3-way, 4-way, 5-way.
So what makes it a 5-way?
So a 5-way is the chili or the spaghetti, the chili, the cheese, the onions, and beans. So that's 5.
I want that. I
Yeah,
want that
fuck it up.
so bad.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly.
Greg.
Exactly.
Greg, that sounds like the secret sauce on a deer head hot dog.
Or like,
Right.
like the little jar, the Haberset or whatever it is, jar that you can buy at the store. And it's like buy the hot dogs and it's like a thin kind of hot dog sauce.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
also
what it is.
it's got a little chunk to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
It's very
Well-
cinnamony. It has like a cinnamony kick, like you've ever had a hot tamale, like candy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of like what it tastes like after like all the cheese and stuff goes away.
Can I say something embarrassing? My kids tried a hot tamale, and my kids are 9
Wait,
and 10.
hold on,
They-
Eric. Back
hold
up.
on.
The accent that you just threw on tamale.
Wait, how did I?
Tamale.
Yeah, I'm Spanish. I'm Spanish, asshole.
Okay,
No, I'm
okay.
just kidding. I'm not
Sorry.
Spanish.
Spanish word, you gotta say it with the
Yeah,
with the
you
accent.
did. It was so good.
What's that
Okay,
college
I'm sorry.
humor video where he goes, "I'll have the
You go to
the gazpacho."
restaurant.
Like, why are you talking
normal
like
in the
that?
Mexican restaurant? They're just like, "Oh yeah, I had a question about the burrito." Like you don't have to say it with the accent.
You could just ask for it normal.
Oh my god! And why has my son been doing an Indian accent for like everything? It's like almost like he can't help himself doing it, and I'm like, first I like laugh, and then I go, all right, but that's like, I don't know why you're doing that. Can you not do that? Because he's gonna do it in public one day and get me in trouble.
Oh yeah.
But I brought it up because and here's the disclaimer: my kids have not ever drank an alcohol. Well, that's also not true. Damn, I'm gonna sound really terrible.
Yeah. Well, CPS is showing up at your door.
They bit into a hot tamale and they said, "Oh, that's mommy's Fireball," and that's what they thought that it tasted like. The hot tamales
I
tasted
mean,
like.
See, this is actually a funny story. I had drank at that age, but I didn't know that I had drank at that age. So my dad is super old school, super old fashioned. Great guy. I love him. Nothing bad to say about him. But like, you know those little plastic medicine cups that come with like the NyQuil and stuff like that?
Yep.
I would be complaining that I couldn't sleep. I was stuffy. Those are my main 2 complaints. Congestion, couldn't sleep. And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to get you some of grandpa's cough medicine for you." And he would take the plastic medicine thing, so I would think it was medicine, and then like he'd always make me go to bed and then bring me the medicine, and I never knew why. Like I couldn't help him get my own medicine, and it was because it was like Dr. McGillicuddy's or like Jack Daniels or something.
Right.
And
Some
so
wild
like
turkey.
not only did it help me go to sleep, but like it clears your shit right off, especially as like a 9-year-old or whatever.
Something to
So,
it.
medicine cap shots of grandpa's cough syrup is what it was.
That's great.
You know what's it's wild because like you think about even like Coca-Cola back in the day, that shit used to have Coke in it, and so like and that generation turned out kind of fine. So I'll tell you what. Can I tell you a story? Yesterday, my wife has been sick and she got a prescription to promethazine, and I always thought that was like a controlled substance, but I guess it's the codeine in it is the controlled substance part. But
she just had straight promethazine.
Promethazine, DM.
Okay.
And I guess that's just a cough, like a decongestant. It's for cough. Yeah. But when I went, it was so easy to get it. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm here to pick up my wife's prescription. Her name's Jenna." They said, "Okay, here you go."
They didn't even say what's her
No
birthday
address or last name or anything?
At all.
Oh wow!
I'm looking at you, CVS.
Come on, CVS, do better.
Well, and I was worried because I went on ChatGPT because I didn't have her ID, and I was like, they're gonna fucking. I thought they were gonna say, well, we need to see like her ID, confirm the address or whatever. And apparently, CVS is really just cool with like, meh.
So you wait, did you say you went to ChatGPT?
Yeah, I said, give me some. I said, is CVS going to question me for? And they said, CVS is actually one of the best places to get your medicine without an ID. So, and if ChatGPT says it, it has to be true. But it's funny because the cups that they give you are ginormous. So I just imagine getting one of those plastic cups and then filling it up with some sort of alcohol and just, using it as a way to knock you out. So
Yeah, I mean, I remember taking too much Claritin as a kid and being fucked up, but like like you can just buy that in the store. Like you don't even need a prescription.
I can't remember who it was, but he was like, Advil, you can buy it from any store, but if you take the whole bottle, it'll be the last headache you ever have because, like it'll still fuck you up. You can still
I
get
mean,
fucked up from that.
the way actually Big Smile has a song about it called Killdozer. The way that we have access to all these medicines that will kill us, but like stuff like weed, well, not illegal anymore, but stuff like weed was illegal for so long, and like shrooms are still illegal and stuff like that. Like things with natural healing properties that have almost no physical side effects. Whereas, like, I was talking to my friend today, and she was saying that she's on 3 medicines, and after she started the 3 medicines, she had 2 more issues pop up, and instead of stopping taking the medicines that were causing the issues, they add more medicines to treat the issues that the first medicines caused. Like,
They
the
said,
profit
"Good, we
more.
have her right where we want her."
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
yeah.
They profit more from disease than the cure, for real. That's the line in the song, and that's so real.
It's 100% real. Like, there's never going to be, as shitty as it is, a cure for cancer because if it is, it's just going to not be known to us. And I know that sounds like some conspiracy theory shit, but I 100% believe that we
Oh,
will
yeah.
never see a cure for cancer, even though there probably already is one.
It makes it like it doesn't make any sense as a humanitarian, but if you think about stuff from a business perspective and you're like, like if I sell food, I want people to be hungry again so they come back and get more food. So, but that's just terrible. Like that's just awful to think about because the cure probably does exist.
But if I
Well,
could treat you until
I
you
mean,
die, that's even better.
you don't see any elites dying of cancer, that's all I'll say.
Right.
Yeah.
They have a legal obligation. I'm not defending it. It's still terrible,
Oh, no, I understand.
as to make their shareholders as much money as possible. And
Mhm.
I hear some meeting happening somewhere. I'm sure this has happened where they say, "Well, if we issue this out, it's going to lose us this much money." I think one day it will happen, but it's got to be at the right time. There's got to be something worse than cancer
Yeah, right.
for them to then cure us of, and then they can cure cancer, and then they can start I'm seeing that as something like the GLP-1s that are coming out, and it's like, now you can cure cancer with just a simple pill or a daily injection, something that they can continue to make money off of you.
Exactly.
Well,
Yep.
or it's like the cure for hepatitis C came out, but the cost to get it is all of your money.
Yeah.
What was the South
And
Park
then
episode?
alone,
You just melt the money and then inject
just
the money
inject
right
it
into your
straight into your
body.
bloodstream. Yeah, because like if you're not wealthy, you're fucked,
Yep.
or
Yep.
you better have a good ass insurance plan. So,
I mean,
anyone
yeah.
listening, not medical advice, not just want to throw that out there. We are not doctors.
No, not in any way.
Scooter, so people who want to check out Moneyball, where can they take a listen?
We should be wherever you're even trying to listen to it. Like Spotify, Apple, YouTube. I think we're even on like Deezer and Tidal and some of the secondary streaming platforms like that. But we should be anywhere that you listen to music. And then we have a full music video for it up on YouTube that I mentioned earlier of the attic show or the house show or whatever you want to call it. Um, that has like a real like Hate 5-6 feel. I don't know if you know who Hate 5-6 is, but the video is like has a real Hate 5-6 feel, and I definitely recommend checking it out.
Right on. Cool.
Right on.
Well, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to Daddies the Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a review, and give us a like. We'll see you next time.